Hi Leo, welcome. This is Taurus Tarot, and I'm Joy, your tour guide. So we are getting an energy read for you, Leo. Yeah, okay. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I wanted to save Leo as the last reading that I did for whatever reason, and I don't know. So the in my shuffles, the Strength card has been popping out, and I've been noticing it because it's like, oh, I haven't seen that for a while, and then of course I immediately connected that with Leo energies. So maybe that's going to be a big theme for you this month. Yeah. So let's see what we have. Okay, so far we have the Magician drop out, the Three of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. So, interesting. Yeah, I am still feeling some strength energy coming through, and so, but I didn't feel it in the context of something difficult happening. I felt it really as like you are gaining some kind of strength in some area, and not necessarily through anything that is very challenging, but almost like that strength is being obtained through some mental shifts. Yeah, so some changes in some wiring changes happening up in in the brain area, like some processing changes, some network changes, some for example, if if you experience a certain situation, like I don't know, getting on the bus maybe, right? If you experience that as like immediately when you see a bus, you immediately feel fear, sort of, right? Because like you're very afraid to go on the bus, because germs or whatever it is, right? For whatever reason, the bus is a trigger for you for some fear, and so every time you see the bus, you get triggered and you feel fear, even though you have no intention of going anywhere near the bus or anything like that, but you see the bus and it triggers fear because you set up these networks, right? These patterns of thinking in your mind, to such that and it's conditioning, right? That when you've conditioned yourself to feel fear every time you see a bus. Okay, so it's not just a bus, it could be anything, right? It could be a person that you don't like, a situation that you had an experience with in the past, and it triggered something, and then the next time you're in that situation, you automatically think about what happened last time, and so then you're pairing those two together, right? Like, if this, then this, always, and that becomes a pattern, a loop in your brain that you follow. And so with a certain person, right, that triggers you, and every time you see that person, you get triggered automatically before they've even said anything or done anything that would upset you. Just seeing them triggers you. That's because there is a pattern of thought in your framework, right, in your brain, that has been conditioned to automatically go to irritation when you see a certain person, or automatically go to fear when you see a particular item or situation or something like that, right? So what I'm feeling for you is that I feel like you're reworking that, patterning system, like you're becoming more conscious. So instead of like, oh, bus, bing, fear, it's like bus, fear, and then like, oh, no, I don't want that fear. I don't want to associate that anymore. So I'm going to make a conscious decision to push aside that fear, and say, Bus, okay, I'm fearful, but this is how I can get through it. Or this is how my fear is unreasonable, right? And then from there, you kind of, work into a new pattern where it's like Bus, and then it's like strength, right? Because you are able to overcome that fear by becoming conscious of it. So I hope that makes sense. So just like a person, right? So like you say a particular person triggers you, and instead of like seeing that person and bing, trigger, I don't like you, you irritate me. Instead, it's like you see that person, you feel that bing, but then you immediately turn it around to, something like, hey, it's not reasonable for me to automatically be triggered just by seeing this person when I haven't even given them the chance yet to prove me wrong, So instead, you eventually get to this place of you see that person, and then instead of the bing of fear, you feel bing of patience, right? Like, okay, so this person, instead of, feeling that irritation with them, I'm going to view it as, when I see this person, I know that my patience is going to be tested, and therefore I'm going to be even more conscious and more aware of my patience and how I am exercising it or not exercising it in the presence of this person, right? So that's like how you can reframe your patterns of thought to better serve you, right? Because if you are being triggered all the time and it becomes this automatic reaction, then you really are giving away your power, right? Because your power is in your ability to respond to a certain situation or place or person or thing, right? You want to be able to respond in a very conscious and thoughtful way rather than having an immediate reaction that you regret later, maybe, right? Okay, so here it is, the magician, and I'm really feeling like the magician is this ability that, like the law of attraction, right? It is your ability to be in a different vibe by being consciously aware of your thoughts and how your thoughts can put you in a negative vibe or a positive vibe. And so right now, you are the magician. You are being aware of that. And what you are creating this magic with is your thoughts and your processing, right? And so you are the magician in the sense that you are no longer going to be a slave to your reactions, right? To your subconscious automatic reactions. You are now in this space of being conscious and responding instead of reacting. Okay? And here it is. There you go. Right? The Three of Swords. That's like that stabbing in the heart that you have been experiencing, I would say recently, yeah? And you're taking that and you're transmuting it. You're turning it around into something better that serves you better and that allows you to engage in your experience from a different perspective that is really in your best interest, that makes you feel better, right? Like the feeling is the guide, right? Like, why are you going to engage in these thoughts, these patterns of thoughts, these patterns of behavior that make you feel shitty? Why not engage in thoughts and patterns of behavior that make you feel good? That's what this is about, okay? You're doing that. You're beginning to understand that. You're beginning to understand the power that you have in creating your own reality. Okay, and this doesn't need to be part of your reality. it is part of course, we all have, the shadow self, right? That we don't want to bury, that we want to incorporate, we want to transmute and learn from. Yeah, that's what's happening here, okay? And it's bringing you this really, like, a new take on life, right? This new passion that is like, that feels like, wow, like, man, what have I been doing all this time? Why have I been wasting all this time in the woe is me, drama, right? In the everyone is against me drama. And instead, you're moving forward with a whole new outlook on life, and it's really, really good for you. Really good for you. And I'm feeling that these are really, this is really like the woe is me drama, the everybody's against me. I experience heartbreak and loss, and that's my life, heartbreak and loss, right? But I feel like you're leaving this behind. You're switching it up. You're switching that framework. You're becoming the magician, and you are instead really embodying these energies, right? The energy of moving forward in a passionate way, finding some real drive in your life, finding some purpose, and then using that to create some real stability, financial stability, even emotional stability, physical stability, anything in your physical, in your 3D reality, whatever manifests in your 3D reality. I feel like you're working, those things are going to be much more stable for you now that you have become the magician and are working through these really low vibe energies in order to reprogram your brain, your thoughts, reprogram, create new frameworks of how you view things, right? The way you look at things, and it's creating some real stability in your 3D reality, okay? Stability and balance. Yeah? Stability and balance. And I just heard that it's something that you've never experienced before, or it's in a way that you've never experienced it before. So maybe you've had an experience of balance, like, oh, everything feels good and order, and feels like it's all vibing, it's all like, working together in harmony, like the wheels are all turning together kind of thing. So maybe you felt that before, but what I'm getting with this is that it's going to be like this aha moment where it's like, holy shit, I finally, like, I get it now, like I understand. But then, like, at the same time, it's like a fleeting aha moment. It's like it comes and it goes like that. It's like there and then it's gone, and it leaves you like, well, the purpose, I feel, of it is to like give you a taste of it so that you know what it is. And then now it's like, now the hard work is up to you. Now it's up to you to find it again and then maintain it. Yeah, this feeling here. And these are great energies. Look at these together. I mean, this is, who doesn't want this, right? We have, we have passion and drive to move you forward. We have stability, in your 3D reality to keep you grounded. And then you have this balance and this overarching feeling of being protected, being looked after. Like, I'm hearing the angels are guiding you and watching you. You know, these are incredible energies. They're very like well-rounded. They're very well-rounded, and I feel like this is your new reality. This is the reality that you're creating for yourself as the magician. This is the reality that this magician energy is bringing in for you, and it feels really good. It feels really good. But key to that is definitely transmuting these woe is me energies, like everybody's out to get me, everybody's against me, I can't do anything right. I don't know why, Leo, but I've been feeling that a lot for you for whatever reason. Yeah, I don't know if something big is happening for you. I feel like something something is moving forward for you, and it hasn't reached that apex yet, but I feel like it's there for you. Like I'm really feeling like maybe like at towards the end of the year, you're going to be able to look back and see that you've made some seriously significant changes in your life that really serve your greater good. Yeah. Nice. Nice. But yeah, it hasn't been easy for you. See this Five of Cups? There's that eye in the middle, and there are droplets, you know, coming from the eye as if crying, right? I feel like yeah, I feel like that it's been challenging for you. But like if in, you know, the Five of Cups, right, in the traditional like the Rider-Waite decks, right, the Five of Cups is you know, there's a man standing there, and you know, some of his cups had fallen over, but he was so like focused on those cups that had spilled that he was not paying attention to the, you know, the cups behind him that were still full, right? And this is the, and that is the what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, that is the gist really of it for you, is that your focus, you know, that reprogramming, right? Your focus really needs to be on the beauty and the splendor and the fullness and the gratitude for what you have now, right? Instead of focusing on what you don't have and what you want, or what you feel you've lost, right? If all your focus is on loss, then that becomes your reality. That's the reality you're creating for yourself as the magician, right? If you focus on loss, if all you see is loss, then all you will feel is loss, right? But if you can focus on something greater, if you can put your mental energy into something greater, then that's what will become real for you. That's something greater. Okay? All right. So that really is about strength too, though, right? And perseverance. It's like, you know, seeing it through. It's like doing the hard work and staying strong through it all, and seeing it through. Okay, Leo. That's what it is. Yeah, awesome. Take care. Have a beautiful day. Aloha, and as always, namaste.